During a week when world leaders gather on the shores of France to recognize the sacrifice of D-Day, we begin tonight with the desperate struggle of many veterans here at home.
Former soldiers with no place to live. It's an urgent national problem. Tonight, we meet one of them.
Here's CTV's Joanne Schnurr. Joanne.
Joanne is 56, educated, military trained, and homeless, living in her van in the parking lot of a big box store, on a list for subsidized housing and on the hunt for a job. This was a happy day for Diane Claveau, the day she graduated military college in Saint-Jean with a degree in business admin.
Jean Sauvé was there, many important people, so I felt special that day. Yeah.
These days, Claveau says she feels forgotten, living in her van in the parking lot of a big box store.
I never thought I would end up living in my van.
Claveau served in the army for about 8 years, until, she says, exposure to tear gas caused health issues that impact her today.
It's the pain, now well controlled with the meds I take.
She worked much of her life and received some compensation, she says, from Veterans Affairs, but now relies on Ontario Works and a mobile women's support unit that supplies food and hygiene products. According to recent statistics, Diane Claveau is one of 3,000 to 5,000 veterans who are homeless across Canada. It's a crisis, and some organizations say a national disgrace.
This is one of the big shames of Canada. We have failed these people.
Suzanne Lee is with a group called Multi-Faith Housing, which is fundraising to build a 40-unit building on the former Rockcliffe Air Base that will be exclusively for homeless vets. They hope to start construction this summer.
We will be bringing in veterans from the shelters, from off the streets. We'll be meeting them where they're at. We're going to bring them in, we're going to wrap them around with supports and give them what they need.
Each night in Ottawa, between 60 and 80 veterans lack proper housing. Today, a multi-party committee tabled a motion calling for a federal initiative to end this crisis.
So it was brought to my attention that this is solvable, so this is why the motion has come now, and I think that, from the all-party support that we had here today, hopefully we can push this across the finish line.
What Diane Claveau really wants is to work. At 56, she says it's a challenge finding a job, especially when she's homeless.
I think to me, living is getting up in the morning, go to work, and have friends, have a life, have a place to stay. Now I'm not living, I think it's the opposite. Sometimes I feel I'm dying.
In an email, Veterans Affairs says it can't comment on individual cases, but that it's invested billions in the last few years combating homelessness among veterans. Michael.
An eye-opening story. CTV's Joanne Schnurr reporting live. Thank you, Joanne.
Welcome.